morning all. I am Dr. Gondiba Ishwanath, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Government First Grade College, KR from Bangalore. Today I am going to discuss about 25th session of Biochemistry, which is Chemistry 8th, Paper 8th, which belongs to Biological Oxidation of 6th semester BSc. In this session, I am going to discuss about the bioenergetics reactions. What is meant by bioenergetics in the introduction form? Stages of energy transformation, exergonic and endergonic reactions with examples, and relationship between there is a standard free energy change and with equilibrium constant. These I have to discuss one by one in this session. Now first upon going to that is what is mean by bioenergetics. The field of biochemistry concerned with the use of transformation of energy by living organism is called bioenergetics. What is mean by bioenergetic means it is a field of biochemistry, or this is the belong to there is a biochemical reaction in which the transfer of energy by the living organism is called that is bioenergetics. Means the in the living organism the transformation of the energy from one form to another form by absorbing or evolving called that is a bioenergetic. Bio means that is a living and energy means living things. The energy can be utilized or produced or transfer. That phenomena can be explained or studied in this under the concept called that is a bioenergetics. It predicts whether the biological process is possible or not. Therefore, based on the bioenergetic reactions or nature of the bioenergetic or value of bioenergetic reaction, we can predict whether the reaction will be a spontaneously takes place or non-spontaneously takes place, or it is possible to occur or do not to occur. That you have to predict. Then stages of biochemical transformation reactions. That is the stages of biochemical energy transformation. The flow of energy through living systems can be through the thought of a occurring in a three stages. That is a through of a occurring three stages. Therefore, the transformation of the energy should be a takes place in the living organism in three stages. That can be explained here. First one is goes to that is a photosynthesis. Photosynthesis usually here the conversion of the solar energy to the chemical bond energy, or it is also called as a fuel. Okay. Now here in this process the green plants trap the solar energy. The solar energy available in the nature, that is freely available, that is sunlight radiation or light radiation. The radiation or energy will be imparted or that is giving by a sun, and that energy freely available energy, that is the energy in the form of light, that can be used the green plants and by involving that is what is that water vapor present in the atmosphere and freely available in the carbon dioxide gas, and these can be combined and to convert that is in the form of that is glucose. Therefore, I read here in this process green plants trap solar energy. It gives or it absorbs the energy, solar energy, it is light radiation energy, and use it to drive sequence of reactions. So many reactions will be takes place by trapping and using that energy, and so many reactions are will be occurred in the form of carbohydrates. The carbon dioxide and water are converted in presence of chlorophyll to sugar, or that is carbohydrates. Therefore, the green plants here main green plants use that is solar energy. Energy that is light energy is converted into that is chemical energy, bond energy by absorbing that is the carbon dioxide in from freely available in nature, and vapor that is water vapor also present in the atmosphere. These can be combined in presence of the light radiation, and that in presence of that is chlorophyll as a catalyst. due to having a chlorophyll, it converts that is into a sugars or carbohydrates. The excess sugar is stored in as a starch in the plant. Therefore, that excess, that is, it is converted into glucose, and that glucose will be kept into a form of starch. In effect, the solar energy is captured and stored as a chemical energy. Therefore, in photosynthesis process, the light energy is converted into, that is a chemical energy, and that will be stored in the form of chemical bonds. Here, therefore, we say that is a carbon dioxide plus water in presence of the solar energy. Chlorophyll as that is a pigment, it is catalyst, and to form that is a glucose. Glucose, it is called as a carbohydrates with liberation of that is oxygen. Therefore, the animals are, that is all plants, they plant body, they take that is the carbon dioxide and water present in the atmosphere, and it converts that is the glucose and freely make that is oxygen, and that oxygen will be utilized by the animals and get that is again carbon dioxide. Therefore, this cycle will be continued. Now, this ultimate all organisms depend on the photosynthesis because they require that is a starch, that is a starch or that is food. No, therefore we say that all that is organism depends on the photosynthesis process, as it is the method by which the basic food is created. In the plants are the producer. We say that is plants are producer and animals are consumer, whatever may be. This is the takes place. Therefore, cycle. Therefore, we as it is the method of that is basic food is created. Photosynthesis also helps the plant convert ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate, and using a that is phosphate. By using phosphate and adenosine diphosphate, it converted into ATP, that is a adenosine triphosphate. It is a packet of energy or rich of the energy or currency. Okay, and this process is called as a photosynthetic phosphorylation. Phosphorylation means addition of phosphate group to the that is a particular compound, and phosphorylation will be takes place. Esterification will be also take place. Therefore, it is called as a ATP. This ATP is then used for that is the energy required for function for the plants. This is about that is a photosynthesis method. Now, second method is nothing but cellular respiration. Cellular respiration or oxidation of fuels or oxidation of particular plants to generate the ATP. What happen here? The food created by the plant in the form of glucose, whatever may be, or in the form of starch, is used by the other all organisms. That will be used by other all organisms. Starch is digested. Now, suppose animals, the starch taken, usually the glucose is converted into starch, and the plants will be stored their energy in the form of starch. That starch will be digested or taken by utilized by the animals or microorganisms and digested to give out glucose, which is then oxidized using the oxygen. This process of oxidation of glucose in living cell is called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is nothing but conversion of the starch into glucose by using by a process of that is by using oxygen, that is called as in the living cell, it is called as a respiration. The parts of the energy liberated is converted in the form of ATP, while rest of the rest is the lost as a heat. Therefore, all that is a part of all the energy, the digested energy that is converted, that is starch is converted into glucose, that is it liberates that is the oxygen by using the oxidation process, and here all energy converted into that is ATP. No, but that all energy cannot be converted into ATP, but small part of the energy will be converted into ATP, and rest of the energy will be shifted or it is liberated in the form of heat, and that heat will be dissipate in the atmosphere, and that will be a dump or that should be a waste or that is transferred into a atmosphere. This will be happening by respiration. The stepwise oxidation of glucose enables the synthesis of 38 ATP per molecules of glucose in aerobic organism. Here in aerobic means it is using the oxygen. glucose can be converted into carbon dioxide in water. That will be happen, and so some of the heat energy liberated, and that is part of the energy will be converted into, that is ATP, adenosine diphosphate, to that is using a triphosphate it converts. Therefore here the aerobic oxidation, aerobic organism is those that use oxygen, those organisms they are using the oxygen, and it convert that is glucose into that is a carbon dioxide water. We say also it is called as a combustion process. Combustion process means the taking that is oxygen to the particular sample. Therefore it is combustion will be takes place, it burns will be takes place, and during the burning of that, breaking of that is a glucose molecule here by using the oxygen to convert into a carbon dioxide in water. During this the 38 ADP, usually 38 ADP, adenosine diphosphate, plus that is a phosphate, that is group which condense, and to convert that is a 38 molecules of the ATP with liberation of small amount of heat. That energy will be dissipate in the atmosphere. Therefore the cellular respiration takes place via metabolic pathways of glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transfer chain. These are the process that takes place in the metabolism, and this can be which is occurred in mitochondria, mitochondria, and this will be nothing but cellular respiration. Here the glucose it convert this this is the carbon dioxide 6 Martin molecules. Now this is the second step to generate, that is transform the energy. Now third steps we go, that is utilization of ATP to perform the biological work. Therefore here in the photosynthesis the ATP molecules are generated. Again that is a respiration process, it will be ATP will be generated, and that ATP molecules it is utilized in the third step for that is biological works. Therefore ATP is a high energy molecule on hydrolysis which release large amount of energy. It is usually the ATP molecules on hydrolysis which liberate there is a large amount of energy, and that energy will be a used for that is a derive the reactions, or that is it is utilized for that is so many reactions, it proceed the reactions which require an input energy. Since ATP itself is obtained from the reactions which release energy. Release energy means it is called as exergonic, and require the energy means it is called as endergonic. This energy will be absorbed. The energy will be absorbed, and during the process of particular reaction is called that is a endergonic reaction, and a process or a reaction, biological reaction takes place in which after reaction the energy will be liberated, and that is called as a exergonic reaction. It can be considered to be a link between that is the energy releasing and energy requiring reaction. Therefore we say that energy releasing reaction. What happened here? Energy releasing reaction, here ADP, that is the adenosine diphosphate, plus that is the phosphate group, inorganic phosphate, it combined and to form that is the ATP. During this the energy will be released. Energy will be released. Same that is here. What happened here? The energy, the ATP will be a molecules break into a phosphate molecule and adenosine diphosphate molecule, in which the energy is required for the reaction. Therefore this reaction, that is conversion of that is ATP into ADP plus phosphate, it is that is a endergonic reaction, whereas the conversion of that is a ADP plus ADP to ATP, it is called as a exergonic reaction, in which energy will be liberated. Therefore we know that is a universal law, it say that is the amount of energy that is released during the formation of the bond, amount of energy released during the formation of bond, the same amount of energy is required to break the bond, and that to be universally proportional here. Therefore ADP is converted into ATP, it is a combination, it is forming the bond between that is ADP and that is phosphate molecule. Therefore while forming the bonds, the so much amount of energy is released, that is called as energy releasing reactions, or it is also called as a exergonic reaction. While this is nothing but ATP when it is undergoing hydrolysis to form that is ADP plus water, it required to form that is it break the bond to require that is the energy, and therefore called as a endergonic reaction. Now here the energy of the ATP is used for the perform biochemical reaction. For example, synthesis of cell material, muscular contraction, the movement, or there is a movement, or that is stretching, or that is a contracting, or there is a bending of the hands, or there is a say there is a all parts of the body, that will be nothing but it requires the energy. And then active transport across the membranes, the osmotic works of the substance and transport concentration gradient from lower energy concentration to the higher energy concentration. Therefore, that is the osmotic pressure is nothing but it is a transfer of the solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane, from dilute solution to the concentrated solution, from dilute solution to concentrated solution, or from higher concentration of the solvent to the lower concentration of the solvent through a semi-permeable membrane is called that is a osmotic pressure, and that osmotic pressure will be stopped by using a osmotic work or osmotic pressure. Therefore, here the transferring from the lower concentration to higher concentration, it will be takes agonist. For example, here due to here osmotic work will be takes place, because suppose we take that is a water from ground level, it is extracted or it is transferred from through a root to the top of that is a branches of a tree. Because of that is nothing but osmotic there is a tension, osmotic pressure will be there, and there will be a, from lower concentration to higher region, or lower region to higher level, it can be transferred. This will be happening due to this process. Then light production reactions, fireflies are there, so many insect with having a emit the lights, due to that is it just there is impart the radiation, it gives that is a light no, therefore it is a light productions in as a fireflies. Electricity generation, transmission of the nerve impulses, the transfer of that is blood or whatever may be during the nerve impulses, that is it get that is just like a shock, like it is the attraction or whatever may be takes place, and that is nothing but the energy electricity generated during the transmission of the nerves impulses, etc. These are the utilization of the ATP during the normal activity of the biochemical, that is the organism. Now coming to that is there are two types of the reactions here usually. One is called as a exergonic reaction, another one is called as an endergonic reaction. The reaction in which the change in free energy released means change in free energy is nothing but the extra energy available at there is a particular individual to do something work, that is a to do something useful work is called that is a free energy. The other energy are utilized, it is not free, because it should be spent during that is a day-to-day activity. Okay, suppose we are taken that is the minimum quantity of the food, therefore that minimum quantity food it generates that is the energy, and that energy is required for that is a normal activity, day-to-day activity. Therefore there the that is extra energy is not available. Suppose we are taken for excess food, then the it utilize that is a normal activity. Some energy will be utilized for that is a normal activity, and remaining energy will be there, that will be utilized for the that is useful work. Such that is the energy is called that is a free energy. Free energy will be say that is. Therefore, the reaction in which the change in free energy is released, the reaction in which change in free energy is released, and therefore the reaction proceeds spontaneously. is called that is a exergonic reaction. They may ask in the question paper what is mean by exergonic reaction. Means the reaction which is takes place, the reaction in which the change in free energy is released, or it is the delta G should be a negative, and the reaction will be takes its own without any external help. It is spontaneously will be takes place. Therefore, we say that is without any external help, that reaction will be a spontaneously takes place, and such reactions are called as a exergonic reaction. During this reaction, the change in free energy is liberated, or that is the energy will be, the reactant energy is lesser than that is the product energy. Therefore, that energy will be a liberated, and that liberated energy is used for that is called as a free energy for proceed the reaction spontaneously. Now coming to that is a example for this ATP hydrolysis of the ATP plus water to form that is ADP plus Pi. In delta G naught is equal to minus 7.3 kilo calorie per mole. Therefore, here hydrolysis of ATP molecule on hydrolysis, the energy will be liberated. The amount of energy required to form the bond, the same amount of energy is liberated during the formation of bond, and this is the say that is the natural phenomena. Therefore, ATP plus water to form that is the ATP is converted into ADP plus Pi, that is inorganic phosphate. During this, the delta G naught will be that is liberated. It is a minus 7.3 kilocalorie per mole energy will be liberated. Therefore, in this reaction, the delta G naught, that is the standard free energy change, because the free energy is nothing but state function which depends on the initial and final state. Initial step and that is the final state, and therefore we are measuring at that is the before the reacting and after the reaction. We are measuring and change the net. What is the net change that will be used? That is the change in free energy. And delta naught is nothing but that energy will be at standard temperature and pressure that will be measured. Therefore, it is called as a standard one. Second one is nothing but the conversion of that is a hydrolysis of ADP. When ADP undergo a hydrolysis to form that is AMP. AMP is nothing but adenosine monophosphate plus inorganic phosphate will be formed. The delta G naught will be it liberates that is a 7.3 kilocalorie per mole. Then again that is a pyrophosphate. Pyrophosphate, it is undergo a joining. It is that is this is undergo a breaking. Pyrophosphate is the dimer of that phosphate, and it will be converted into that is breaking the bond. And during that breaking bond, this amount of energy will be liberated. Delta G naught is equal to minus 8.0 kilocalorie per mole, and this indicates these are nothing but in this reaction the delta G naught will be a negative, hence these are the called as exergonic reaction. Example for exergonic reactions. Now coming to that is the endergonic reaction. That same definition will be there. It is exactly reverse. Okay, exactly reverse. The reaction in which change in free energy is observed. The required a reaction which takes place by absorbing the energy, and therefore the absorbing the free energy called that is the endergonic reaction. And such reactions are not takes place that is spontaneously. It requires there is a external aid, external help to run the reaction. Therefore, we say that endergonic reaction is a change in free energy that is absorbed or required, and therefore this is the proceed by non-spontaneously proceed, and hence it is called as an endergonic reaction. Here delta G should be a positive. Then example for this, these are the you have to write exactly reverse for that is a exergonic reaction. Suppose we are changing this reactant into product, then it will be the change in the sign, that is energy will be absorbed. Therefore, I say that is the amount of energy released during the breaking the bond, the same amount of energy is required to formation of bond, and such that is the natural phenomena will be there. Therefore, now here it is the formation of the bond will be there. Therefore, during the formation of the bond, this much amount of energy is required or absorbed. Therefore, it is called as a endergonic reaction, and it should not be takes place that is its own, because the reactant energy is less, that is a it required that is a less. Therefore, to get that is a proceed the reaction, it requires somewhat energy to get that is a transform that is a reactant to the product. Therefore, it will be a get more energy. Therefore, ADP, that is the adenosine diphosphate plus phosphate molecule, and conversion it is formed that is ADP plus water molecule. During this, the 7.3 kilocalorie per mole energy will be absorbed. Another one is nothing but AMP plus inorganic phosphate. It convert into ADP plus water. The delta G naught is equal to, we get that is 7.3 kilocalorie per mole. Similarly, that is the 2 PI, that is the 2 molecules of the inorganic phosphate. It convert into that is a pyrophosphate, or it is the dimer of that is a phosphate. It is during this the energy will be liberated, that is absorbed 8.3 kilo calorie per mole. And this is about that is, these are the reactions belong to that is a endermonic reaction, because in this reaction all are nothing but the change in free energy is positive. Now come to that is the relationship between standard free energy change and that is the equilibrium constant. We know that free energy is the maximum amount. What is mean by free energy? I am explaining here also definition. Free energy is the maximum amount of useful work done from a process or a system, from a process or from a system at constant temperature and pressure and volume. Constant temperature, pressure and volume. Called that is the free energy. Free energy is nothing but a maximum amount of useful work. Maximum amount of useful work done from a process or from a system at constant temperature or constant pressure or constant volume, called that is free energy. Free energy also we can define, I have already defined, the energy available, extra energy available to do something useful work. The amount of extra energy I am saying, extra energy available to the system for do something useful work, called that is the free energy. And that free energy is discovered by Gibbs, therefore it is called as a Gibbs free energy, and Gibbs is G is nothing but indicate as a Gibbs. The free energy is a state function, I have already told, because it depends the energy from that is the initial and final state. Therefore, change in that is the energy will be a measure at initial step and final step, but not in between. Therefore, free energy is a state function which depends on the initial and final stages. Then consider the what is the part to derive the relationship between standard free energy change, that is delta G naught, and equilibrium constant, that is a K equilibrium, that can be obtained from the by considering a reaction. Suppose you say there is a consider a equilibrium reaction. A plus small b the equilibrium sign, and to form C plus D. Here a capital A, B, C, D, these are the reactants, and that is the molecules participate in the reaction. The A and B are that is the reactant, and C and D are nothing but that is the product. And small a is the coefficient of that is the reactant A, and small b is nothing but that is the coefficient of reactant B, and similarly that is small c is the coefficient of reaction C, and D is nothing but coefficient of reaction, that is the product D. Here these are the these coefficient indicate that is the number of moles. Suppose 1 mole of that is A compound react with 2 moles of that is B compound to form that is 3 moles of that is C product plus 1 mole of that is D product. Like that, therefore we say that this only 1 molecule will participate. Here 2 molecules are participated and to react with each other to form a reaction to form a product. Here 3 molecules of the carbon will be formed and 1 molecules of that is a D product will be formed. Like that will be takes place, and here the equilibrium takes place, means the rate of the forward reaction takes place. A plus B to form that is C plus D, and C plus D it is also proceed back reaction. Again here first they became say A plus B as a reactant for forward reaction, C plus D as a react as a reactant for that is a forward reaction. Whereas further it is backward reaction means C plus D are act as a reactant and A plus D are nothing but it is act as a product. The rate of the forward reaction also proceed, a rate of the backward reaction also proceed at a particular stage or particular time or particular position. The rate of the forward reaction is exactly equal to rate of the backward reaction. At such point is called as a equilibrium, and that particular value it is expressed, it is constant, therefore it is called as a equilibrium constant. From the free energy change, it is related to the above reaction. The change in free energy can be followed by using this equation. Delta G is nothing but change in free energy, and this is delta G naught is nothing but standard free energy plus 2.303 RT log of that is the molar concentration of the product of the product concentration divided by the molar concentration of the product of the molar concentration of the reactant, and each term the coefficient each concentration terms so that is raised to the power of their coefficient in the form in the balanced reaction. Therefore here concentration molar concentration of C to the power of C and into the molar concentration of D to the power of D and into molar concentration of A to the power of A and molar concentration of B to the power of B. Now this is the reaction where R is nothing but real gas constant and T is the temperature in Kelvin. Now this is the here delta the change in free energy. This is the standard free energy change because at a particular temperature and pressure, that is at a standard level, it will be produces, and these are the log is nothing but logarithm function R, and that is temperature, because the rate of the reaction usually it depends on the temperature. As the temperature increases, rate of the reaction also increases. Therefore, it is simultaneously it depends on the energy. At equilibrium, what happen? The delta G should be a 0. At equilibrium reaction, the rate of the forward reaction exactly equal to rate of the backward reaction. Therefore, change in net energy, the change in free energy should be a 0 because initial point and that is the end point will be a same at same position because the rate of the forward reaction exactly rate of the backward reaction. Therefore, the same point will be there. That will be a it is 0, and at that time what happened here? Then that is a is equal to 0. Then suppose we are at equilibrium constant. This became a equilibrium constant EQ, KEQ. Therefore, molar constant product of the molar concentration of C into that is the molar concentration of D to the power of D divided by molar concentration of the reactant A and B to the power of A and B. This is the equal to that is the equilibrium constant. This is the K. Then you have to substitute this equation in this equation. That is the delta G naught is equal to 0 in this equation, and this value is kept, that is the EQ. What happened? You will get that is the after putting this value here, what happened? It became a 0 ultimately. Then delta 0 equal to delta G naught plus that is 2.303 RT log K EQ. K EQ means equilibrium constant, that is K, it will becomes. Then you have to transfer that is this value, the plus that is 2.303 RT log of K equilibrium that side. Therefore, we will get this is the equation. Therefore, delta G naught equal to minus 2.303 RT log EQ. This reaction is give that is the relationship between standard free energy change and equilibrium constant of a particular reaction. Now coming to the significances of the standard free energy change. Now if delta G naught is equal to 0, and this will be happen so in this equation, when it is possible, usually it is became possible when the equilibrium constant is equal to 1. That is it is a ratio, it is exactly same equilibrium rate of the that is the rate of the forward reaction exact, that is the suppose we say that is the rate of the forward reaction is nothing but it is 5. Therefore, rate of the backward reaction will be also 5. Then that is the ratio you have taken, that is the 5 get cancelled, you will get that is 1. Therefore, when when the equilibrium constant is exactly 1, then the reaction is said to be a equilibrium. The equilibrium constant should be a 1. Then substituting this value in this equation, what happen you will get, that is ultimately delta G naught is equal to 0. Here what happened, minus 2.303 RT log of, there is a 1. Any to the power, there is a log of 1 to any base is equal to always 0. Therefore we say there is a log 1 0, 0 whole things will be a 0. Therefore delta naught, that is delta G naught is equal to 0. Hence this reaction is said to be a equilibrium. Therefore this, if delta G naught is equal to 0, therefore neither change in energy in reactant or product will be a 0. Therefore this reaction is not at all takes place. Therefore we say that is a no free energy is available for the their reaction for conversion of the reactant into product. Therefore we say that is simply that reaction will not be takes place. This is the, it is a saturated, or it comes, that is a equilibrium stage. Therefore we say that reactions not proceed, and there is no available energy, free energy for that is make the conversion of the reactant to the product. This is the first significance. Second significance goes to, that is if delta G naught is less than 0, and that is less than 0 means it should be a less than 0 means it should be a negative value. Less than 0 means it should be a negative value, and it will be happen when equilibrium constant should be greater than 1. Greater than 1. Why? When it is became, there is a negative. Suppose we take, that is equilibrium constant 1 point something or 2, whatever may be, then certain value will be there. That is the log of 1 point, that is a 1.3 or 1 or 2, whatever may be. Therefore it should be some definite value, log of, then it is after multiplication. Therefore this is the positive, you will get, that is positive value of, that is a log a, that is the equilibrium constant. Therefore the after multiplication of the positive value into this value will get, that is a totally negative. Hence the reaction is said to be a there is a reaction said to be a what is here, the reaction said to be a spontaneous. This reaction should be said to be a spontaneous. The free energy is available, then free energy is available to convert, that is a reactant into product without any input of the energy. Therefore not necessary to extra energy subject to reaction, and that reaction is ultimately takes place. Its own reaction will be takes place, and due to that this reaction is said to be, it is a there is a spontaneous reaction when delta G naught is equal to negative, and if it is possible only when the equilibrium constant is greater than 1. Greater than 1, and the whole, that is the log of greater than 1 value should be a again positive value, and multiplication of the positive value into negative value will get, there is a negative value, and therefore the delta G naught will be a, it must be negative value. Therefore it is a spontaneous. This reaction is said to be spontaneous, and the free energy is available for, there is a conversion of the reactant into products without any external help. Then another, that is condition, if delta G naught is greater than 0 means it is a positive, and this will be happened when EQ, that is the equilibrium constant, it should be a lesser than 1. Lesser than 1 means it should be a negative value. Lesser than 1 means it is a something value, that is a negative. Then negative value of negative value into negative means it totally becomes a positive. Suppose we are putting, that is the here in this equation negative value here, negative log, that is less than 1 means we say that is the, it becomes a negative. We will get, that is a negative log value, and negative log value into this value we will get, that is ultimately positive. Negative into negative, it getting, that is positive. Therefore whole, that is the delta G naught will be becomes a positive, and this reaction is said to be a non-spontaneous. The free energy is available with the external energy. Therefore we say that is non-spontaneous. Therefore reaction not takes place its own. Then reaction required. That reaction to proceed required a external energy. Then external assistant will be required to convert that reactant into product, and therefore this reaction is called as a non-spontaneous. Non-spontaneous means a reaction which proceeds with using a aid, external help, then it is called as a non-spontaneous. And those reaction which takes its own without any external help, that is called as a spontaneous reaction. Therefore, we have three significance. One is equilibrium, delta G naught is equal to 0, then that reaction is said to be equilibrium, and that equilibrium there is no change in free energy. Therefore, the reaction is not occur. It is neither it is converted into product into nor into reactant or vice versa. That will be not happen. Therefore, free energy is not available. If delta G naught is equal to negative, the energy will be there. The energy, extra energy will be there, and therefore that energy is utilized for transfer of, that is a reaction its own without any external help, because the reaction cannot be proceeded own, but due to having a extra free energy will be there, that it proceeds automatically, and therefore that reaction is to be a spontaneous. In the third cases, the delta G naught is greater than 0 or positive because of equilibrium constant is negative. And this reaction, the change in free energy is positive, therefore energy is required. Energy, we have to put the energy, then only that reaction takes place. Therefore, reaction will be takes place by putting the external energy, external help, then only that reaction will be takes place, and such reaction it is takes place, and therefore these are the significance of that is a free energy. So far we have discussed in this session the energetics reaction. In this what is mean by energetics reactions I have told. Then what is mean by transformation of the, what are the three types of the transformations are there. We have already seen that is cellular respiration, then utilization of ATP energy, then photosynthesis reaction. During that how energy will be that is liberated and transfer, that will be takes place. And then I have already explained that is the exergonic reaction, endergonic reaction with examples. Then what are the relations between, what is the relationship between, that is the change in free energy, and what is the change in free energy I have also explained, and equilibrium constant also explained. That is the relationship between, that is the change in free energy with the equilibrium constant I have explained. So I have explained detail in this session. If you have any doubt, you put in your comment box. I will be while doing that is a video next class, I will be clarify your doubts. Thank you.